And it is showtime. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat in South America. Hello, Cindy G, Monk. I'm going to Monk, Arwa, Krista Melinda, Barbara. Good to see you. Cindy G, I think I said hi to Cindy G already. Hi, Jane. Real deal. All right, but I appreciate you all being here. Let's all pull a fast one on the algorithm because boy, oh boy, we need it now. There are people that can't find us. Nobody's notifications are working. Isn't that something? Just for grins, if you guys have experienced problems with notification, let me know. Throw a 2 in the chat. I'll mix it up a little bit. I'm telling you, thank you for the 5x5, Jane Aldrich. You're amazing. We are having, thank you, Christian. We are having trouble with notification. AVAC 4. Please hit the like button. It helps. Boy, I'm not kidding. It really, really does. It's just the way this platform works. Hello, Archie's mom. They just don't like positive content. And goodness gracious, if you say God or even worse, his son, you're going to have problems. They don't like it right now. So sometimes, people are having issues. I'm glad you guys are here. What a day. It's been so loud here. Unreal. It's going to be a fun one. So here's what we're going to do. I'm doing a sauce review. Isn't that interesting? Hi, Shannon. Good to see you. More comments help too. Yeah, you know what it is? It's engagement. Whether it's an upvote, a downvote, matters not. It's just engagement. It's really funny. I've heard a long time ago that engagement, like the easiest engagement is just hitting the play button. Hi, Matthew Tennant. Good to see you. Glad you're here. The easiest and they rate engagement by how much effort it takes. So hitting the play button takes 1 stroke, right? If you hit the like button, that's additional one. Sharing is good. The best are comments because you have to hit it. You have to actually type a little bit. So we appreciate all the support you guys can give us. I appreciate y'all being here. Josh Spotto, greetings. Just a little class participation helps a ton. It's a fact. I'm glad you guys are here. Connor, there you are. So good to see you. So we got an interesting sauce today. We've been doing a lot of other stuff. I thought, what? I forgot. I'm a chili head. Let's do some sauce review. This is Alyal, Charro Salsa Jalapeno. This is a family-owned, 2-decade-old Ecuadorian hot sauce company. Family-owned. It's kind of a cool thing. No warthog in this one, Thumpaholic. This is jalapeno. I think it's going to be a little while. It may not be that long before you start seeing, professional companies making sauce out of warthogs. I hope it's soon because there's something about a warthog. Unlabeled pod. Just eat it and see. There you go. You know what, Matthew Tennant? He says that sauce looks delicious. It sounds delicious. It really looks good too. It's got a great consistency. Kind of excited. Josh Cohen and the Cohen family. Hello. I hope Riley's there. Hello, Riley. Clayton is here. And that is a pepper grower. Clayton Hollingsworth. Dude can grow peppers. Yeah, you know what, Thumpaholic? I'm a big fan of green. I got a knife because I thought this was going to be hard to pull off. Look at that. Let me tell you a little bit about this sauce. First of all, it really is beautiful looking. It almost looks like an avocado sauce, doesn't it? But it's not. It's your verde. Big word around here. All right, so I had to translate this. Here's what we got in here. We have vinegar, jalapenos, carrot, onion, oil, garlic, salt, and some xanthan gum. I'm excited about this. It really does look good. This looks like one of those sauces that would be spectacular on a sandwich, like a sub or something. Put it all over. It does look creamy. Look at that. From the greatest mod there is. Looks creamy and yummy. Boy, it really does. And Matthew agrees. I'm excited about this one. Archie's mom, I won't be in the chat very much, but I'm listening while I'm watercoloring, painting. You know what? I wish I could paint. It's very cool. Glad you're doing that. Shelly Phil, good to see you. Let me smell it. Shit and Doom, good to see you. Yeah, if you guys have your smell vision. Galthy, good to see you. I'll let you guys smell this and see what you think of it. Really does look fantastic, though. Let's take a look at this. Oh, wow. I don't know if it's in my head, but it smells creamy. It smells like it's got that creamy thing going on. I'm smelling there's a slight vinegar, but that's not vinegar forward at all. It's jalapeno and onion. So here we go. Barella, good to see you. If you guys have, Thomas Smith, good to see you. I've got a very strong connection here, so it may be on your end. Every time I go live, I do the speed test because when we first got here, it was like 20 on the upload and like 30 or 40 on the download, which is kind of not doing so well. We got to upgrade it. Now we get like 400 or 500 on the upload, equally with the download. All right, so if you've got Smell-O-Vision 3.0, you can smell it from back here. Lovely, is it not? I mean, I'm serious. It just has that beautiful aroma. Onion, you can pick up the onion. If you have the 2.0, you can smell it here, right? But if all you got is the 1.0, get a whiff of that, my friends. Is that not yummy smelling? Oh, Susie, good to see you. And there's Brock Bandy. A couple things. We have the best mods here, but Tommy and I have this really cool, it's like our superpower. We sort of attract the best people. I can be having an off day. Miesel Smokes, good to see you. I could be going south or just not very good video. Nonetheless, the chat is always on fire. There's always amazing things happening in the chat. You know what, Kristen? I don't think they have the Smell-O-Vision on the Android, the 3.0 on the Android. And by the way, if you guys go to the Mike Chili Eskimo, good to see you. Yeah, Tommy's doing great, Josh. If you go to the App Store, don't put the hyphens. You see people do the Smell-O-Vision with the hyphens. You won't find it if you put the hyphens in there. Tommy, yesterday we were at the, I'm going to talk just for a second before I get going, because it's a sauce review. We're going to be done in just a minute. We were at the recovery center and helping a bunch of really good dudes beat a terrible problem, addiction, because I've beaten it. And I'm excited to help people escape that, right? So we were out there and, Tommy got stung by, and he's allergic, very allergic. He got grumpy gill. Yeah, I'm glad to see you. He was stung by hornets. Here's the funny thing, not ha-ha funny, but ironic funny. Sunday, we were at church. It's in the backyard of this dude's home here in Salina. It's a beautiful place to have a gathering. There's a hornet flying around, scared the pants off this little kid over the side, jumped out of the way of it. We didn't know what it was. He was jumping from, and then it flew, and it was kind of harassing, not me so much, but Tommy. I kept trying to shoo this thing away. It was strange, That wasn't the strange part. We're out at the yesterday at the recovery center, and it happened again. Got hornet flying around him. He got stung. We look for stripes. He's like, dude, tell me if I get stripes on my neck. Red stripes kind of indicate that he's having an anaphylactic reaction. Feels like there's sand in your lungs and he can't breathe. Anyway, he didn't have any medicine. He didn't have a EpiPen, nothing. We have medicine now. We're prepared, but we sort of prayed about it, and he didn't have. I made it mad at Monk. He didn't have a reaction, and then Nora, Gary's wife, the pastor's wife, she had some Benadryl, which was terrific. He chewed him up real quick and got him down, and he was fine. And whatever he thinks it's a different kind of Benadryl here that there is in America. He came back to the house and slept for 5 hours. And when he woke up, it was that groggy kind of it's like, shake it off, dude. But here's the thing. On the way back from the recovery center, Gary mentioned that he's only seen 2 hornets since he's been here, and he lives here. Kind of weird, right? Wes Lightburn, another tremendous podgoer. Really glad to see you, man. I hope you're doing well. All right, so we're going to review this right now. It's only jalapeno, so it's not going to be too bad. Insert your yogurt joke. All I got to do is say yogurt, and Kellyanne will be showing up anytime now. You watch. Connor, I've been at the pool with my kid, and we have no idea whether he's allergic or not. Saw a wasp earlier and instantly thought of Tommy. You know what? Tommy and I have a friend named Jeff, and he has an older brother who is a surgeon, scratch golfer, wonderful dude, got stung. A couple weeks before he got stung, he had an EpiPen. He was having his annual visit with a doctor. Like, who does that? When I go to a doctor, it's because there's a bone sticking out, But he's a doctor, and he was having his annual deal with his doctor. He said, do I need to carry this EpiPen anymore? He went, you're probably fine. like 2 weeks later, he's on a golf course and gets stung by a bee, and he's been in a vegetative state ever since. Tragic. The most tragic part is that the doctors have done a lot of tests on him, and they say that cognitively, he's right there. He's aware. His head's awake. He's just in the ultimate prison. He can't move a muscle. Rough. So it's a scary thing, Isn't that crazy? You think about a bee. If you would take like 10,000 of them on a scale to make the needle move, and one of them can destroy a person if you're allergic. It's terrifying. Connor, better to have one and not need it than to need one and not have it. Boy, how about it, right? I'll make sure we don't go out now without it. I'm not kidding. Anyway, let's try this sauce from Alyal. Alyal, A-L-Y-A-L. Alyal. Alyal. It's fun to say. Say it with me. Alyal. Pure Mexico, it says. Although it is a Ecuadorian company. And with an E. So glad to see you. You got to be kidding me. Nobody told me National Acadian Day today. Very cool. Thanks for telling us. All right. If they made perfume out of this, see, all I had to do is mention yogurt, and look who shows up. I told you she'd be right along. Did I not say that? You're right on time, Kellyanne. Good to see you. AVAC, I'm going to pray for that golfer, Johnny. Yeah, I'll tell you what. It's a rough one. He's a very, very good family, too. Really nice family. All right, go, Johnny, go. I'm curious how good it is. Here we go, Matthew Tennant. Thank you all for being here. If you have yet to hit the – I'm stalling a little bit, not because it's hot, just because that's what I do. Lilac Lime, good to see you. If you could, please hit the like button. As we've talked about, YouTube doesn't like me. I got the plaque, 100,000 followers. They should throw me a bone, but they don't like me. Here we go. Matthew, I think it can be ordered. Right now, Kristen Melinda is looking it up. She's just that good. It's Alyal. Doesn't look like there's any carrot in this, but I read it. And they wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. Here we go. Here's the pour. I'm using my anatomical snuff box, people, because I don't want to taint my sauce. There we go, right? So from Alyal, this is Elcharo Salsa Jalapeno. De Jalapeno. Johnny Scoville, this is Chase the Heat, South America. Here we go. There's the company. All right. So let me tell you something right off the bat. I was expecting to have that really creamy texture. It's not nearly as creamy as I thought it was. I'm not complaining. You got to look if you're gonna taste the jalapeno, or excuse me, the vinegar. You got to look for it. The real wolf is here. Good to see you. Glad you're here. So you got to look for the vinegar if you're going to taste it. It's pepper forward. So the first blast you get is jalapeno. It's not a blast. It's jalapeno, so it's not that hot. But the onion is lovely. Really, really is. It's a beautiful sauce. The heat on it, it's not going to hurt you. If somebody's never eaten anything hot, they could say it's a 10. People are people, you never know. But if you're somebody who eats hot stuff and you like it, my tolerance is rising, which is great. Mr. Wolf, by the way. Glad you're here, Mr. Wolf. Like the new handle. If you're somebody who likes hot stuff, maybe 3 and up. Very happy to tell you it's only like a 1 on my scale. my tolerance is climbing again. I think the bit of the texture is actually onion. It's lovely. Condor, wouldn't it be awesome if these Ecuadorian companies get an increase of purchases from the U.S.? Here's the neat thing. Years ago, Blitz, good to see you. 10 years ago, if I reviewed this, you were going to have to get it shipped from Ecuador here if you're going to get it. I'm sure they're, we have to check out where it's from, but, I'm sure you could probably get it somewhere in the U.S. But the flavor is absolutely lovely. I kind of wish it was as creamy as it looked, because it looks really creamy. I mean, it's not, but it really is lovely. What would I pair it with? Not yogurt, Kellyanne. This would be fantastic on any street, like Mexican street food, like a truck food, like you name it, like tacos or burritos, anything like that. Even a breakfast burrito. This would be great on eggs. But if we've learned anything from all of the, from doing this for a long time, is that people are creative. You can put this on whatever tickles your pickle. I'm a big fan of my favorite way to snack with avocados is to cut it in half, remove the pit, and kind of fill this up. And this would be so good in an avocado. But the flavor is really good. Matthew, you amaze me on your tolerance. You know what? It ain't what it used to be, my friend. I'm not joking about that. Yogurt, no longer needed. No, I would say I probably need some yogurt. I'm just being honest with you. So hot stuff still gets me. I look back at the stuff I used to do. I'm like, wow, no joking. This is fantastic, though. I really, really like this. I think I paid $2 and no, maybe it was under $2, $1 and change. Very inexpensive. I'll find it. I can't remember. I bought it just a few days ago, but it's absolutely delicious. And the finish is all onion and jalapeno. You really have to, honestly, you have to look for the vinegar if you think you're going to taste it. And even it's funny because vinegar is the first ingredient. You've got to look for it though. The jalapeno and the onion, pretty strong flavors. Onion more so than the jalapeno, so it's kind of overpowering the flavor of the vinegar. Absolutely lovely though. A cheese burrito bowl, Thomas Smith. Man, I like the way you're thinking. A breakfast burrito, absolutely. Yogurt on standby, like an EpiPen. Look, we got to talk about this. An omelet, no joke. Oh, you know what? Makes me want to cook an omelet. I ate some sauce by a different company. I won't mention their company since it's a different company than what I'm doing today. And it was Carolina Reaper. It almost killed me. I drank almost a gallon of yogurt. I never drink anything during videos. Rarely do I drink anything in videos. In that video, I was screaming for yogurt. And we buy our yogurt, this stuff you can drink. It's in a gallon. About this much was gone. And as soon as my video was over, Tommy did his, and it was gone before his video was over. But the fun part about that video, and the reason we're joking about the yogurt, is that sauce review turned into a roast. It was a roast. I got roasted. Every single person in the Nocturnal RS, good to see you. It was not Melinda's. It was a company called Olay. But every single person in the chat took a shot at me. But it was fun. It was done, it was respectful and funny. Nobody was mean or malicious. And I laughed. I promise you, I have not laughed that hard since. I'm not even joking. I laughed until I had tears coming out of my eyes. True story. If you were there, you saw it. It was hilarious. It was so worth it. It's like I should burn myself just for the comments. It was great. Connor said, I watched Johnny's review of it and said, I'm getting it. Connor, I bought some Primo Army today. I have no idea what you're in for. You know what? First of all, Troy Primo is a fantastic dude. I've spent a lot of time with him. And he's really a good man and grows great peppers and makes great sauces. This is the Johnny Roast. Honestly, if you haven't seen it, please watch it. It's hilarious. There was not one mean comment, but the funniest stuff, I've never had more fun in a video. It was more fun than watching Tommy eat gross fish. Do I like mango habanero salsa? I like mango anything. I'm a big fan of mango. I like the habanero sting. It doesn't really burn, as a lot of you guys know. It's hot, but it stings more than it burns. That is awesome. You have a favorite streaming video. That's my favorite because it was funny. It was really funny that there was a couple of people early on that would make a comment and say JK. I'm like, JK, what are you talking about? I got a heck of a sense of humor. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. You know what? It was so much fun. I think I need to hurt myself in a video for you guys again. Rick Smith, I'm glad to see you. Swampadelic is a fantastic hot sauce. Honestly, it really is. Roast of the most yogurt proportion. It was a good time, you guys. I appreciate it. It really was. And Arwa laughed. She had a good time. It was nice. It's really funny. If you haven't seen it, please do me a favor. If you haven't seen it, just watch it because it'll perk your day up. You'll laugh your head off. It really was fun. All right, so spiciest drink. I can't even think about a spicy drink. I don't know. One of my favorite spicy drinks is just Bloody Mary, spicy Bloody Mary mix, like with nothing in it but the mix. That's kind of if I'm going to drink something spicy, I'd kind of go with that. I appreciate you guys being here, though. Matthew Tennant, you want to laugh your head off, and let me give you a little heads up. Go to like 32 minutes in the video. You don't need to watch the first 32 minutes. Well, you can because you see me hurt myself. I suppose you want to watch that. No. I actually tasted it. I think the first time I stalled for like 32 minutes. And at 32 minutes past the hour is when I tasted it and then lost it. And the roast was, you know what? There you go. It was like family. Yes, it was. I enjoyed it. Josh has to leave. Thanks for sharing and be well. Hey, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. Kellyanne, there's no music outside yet, which is astonishing because all day long it sounded like a nightclub, and you can feel the thumping through the floor, through the balcony on your feet. It was amazing. And last night at midnight, there were fireworks, all kinds of fireworks, and tonight they're going to do it again. Here's what's happening. There's just a big celebration this weekend, and there's every single weekend there's something going on here. I stalled. I stalled. I was asking people to ask questions. Hey, if you got a comment, capital C's. If you got a question, put Q's. And I was trying to stall because I was scared it was going to hurt me. And it did. It really hurt me. It hurt me as much as any time you've ever seen me get hurt by a sauce. True story. I've been hurt worse with peppers, but with sauces, it absolutely destroyed me. And it was really fun. Oh my gosh. AVAC, you haven't seen it. Honest to goodness, it's hilarious. But you don't need to watch the first 32 minutes. I'm just telling you, it really gets funny when I burn myself and everybody starts jumping on me. It was fun though. Here we go. I got a question from Blitz. That was the funniest when you licked your lips and said, "This is going to be bad." It was hot. I mean, it was really, really hot. One thing I've learned, I don't know. I'm just being honest with you guys. I don't know if they use a higher percentage of pepper in their sauces, but just the jalapeno sauces taste hotter to me than most jalapeno sauces. The habanero tastes a little hotter than most habanero sauces. But to be honest, I don't know if that's because my tolerance is in the basement. That could be it. Just being honest with you. But this is lovely. Of the jalapeno sauces I've had so far, Ole makes a good one, but this is really, really fantastic. You meant when I licked my fingers. Oh, yeah. I got my finger and licked it. Yeah, I knew it was going to be a bad one. Dizzy Dragon. Very colorful dude. Always good for a laugh. In fact, if you watch that video, okay, the roast video, Kellyanne and Dizzy, probably they led the charge. Dizzy was hilarious. I don't think I finished. I think there's probably this much left, but I've eaten most of it. So Katie's in the basket. Let's see here. You overcame your fear of reapers in that moment and found a yogurt cure. Hey, listen, if you're burning really bad, no joke, yogurt's a great cure. I don't know, Jason. I'll be really honest. I don't have a clue. I know that the sauces seem very pepper forward. But again, that could be because my tolerance is as low as it's been since I started the channel. I tend to enjoy the green sauces a lot. Not sure what it is about them. I'm a big fan. My dad's favorite sauce was Tabasco green. I love green sauces. I just did one pure green warthog thing and Bishop's Crown. If you haven't ever had a Bishop's Crown, you need to. It is an absolutely delicious pepper. One of those peppers you can just eat like a snack over and over again. They're lovely. Matthew, you got to stop showing that bottle. I want to try it bad. Honestly, you'd love it. It is just beautiful. I really, really like it. I think you would too. Here's the thing. This is very, very user-friendly. It's not like a Reaper sauce where you're like, hey, you got to take it easy. Just about anybody. In fact, if you've never eaten anything hot, if you just went kind of careful and just didn't go heavy on it, anybody could eat this. It's absolutely delicious. I hope you get a chance, Mac. I think you probably like it a lot. Let's see. So let me tell you what's going on this weekend. On Sunday, Katy Perry, she's stretching. She's almost getting too big for the basket. On Sunday, bus pass only. I'm going to be doing a stream. I'm trying not to make every stream like all about spiritual matters, although it's kind of really big on me right now. Sunday, we're going to do a live stream, and it's just going to be about. So I'm going to talk about my faith. So if you don't want to watch it, please don't. But if you have a bus pass, and that'll be a good one. All right. So that'll be Sunday. I don't know what time it will be, but it's a done deal, and it's going to happen. And that's going to be an every Sunday thing. Now here is Alyal's Instagram, so you can check it out. I don't know what they're charging in the States. I know that here you can probably buy it with the change in your seat cushions. It's very inexpensive here. Thomas, try rubbing it on your head. Might regrow hair. You know what? I had a dream once. I can't remember that I woke up with hair and all my tattoos were gone. And I was more bummed out about the tattoos in my hair because I couldn't shave the hair off. I love being bald. Now, obviously, I have the Dr. Phil hairdo, right? You know that. I'm not a young dude. But, you know, I like being bald. I really do. And it's funny because you don't see bald people here very often, ever. It's a very rare thing. I don't know if the Ecuadorian gentlemen just have great hair, but you don't see any bald people here. Blitz, you said this stuff is hot. It really was. In fact, you guys want to know something? Look at this. Here's the guru, Tommy. Look at that. Thomas, I would still shave it. Started shaving when I still had hair. Me too. I did too. But you know what, though? I started shaving when I had hair, but let's be honest here. I was on the back nine as far as the hair was concerned. It wasn't, you know, I like being bald. I don't know if you guys know this. I was a hair model in college. Did you guys know that? If this is news to you and you've never heard it, do me a favor, put a 3 in the chat. I want to see if that's news to anybody. Most of you have probably heard me because I've been doing this for a minute. A lot of you guys have been watching for a while. I was a hair model, not a joke. Got my hair cut one day at this place. Connor's never heard of this. Too funny. Shannon hasn't heard of this either. Wow. Look at that. Cindy, you've seen the pictures. You guys want to see a picture of me when I had hair, like wicked hair? I think I may have one here. Let me check. Let me see here. There you go. You want to see a before and after? Me young with hair? There you go. That is a young Johnny Scoville. On the right? No. I know what you're saying. That can't be. Johnny Scoville with hair. That's me. As a young dude. No joke. Here's me in college. I'm the guy in the middle. Sitting on what appears to be a coffin. It is. I slept in that thing for 2 years. But yeah, that's me with hair. I know. Right? The troll hair with the troll with the hair like that. Susie, you're very kind. There was a day. News to Matthew. Yep, that was me, you guys. So anyway, I got my hair cut and they said, hey, I don't have any pictures of hair model pictures, but I got my hair cut one day and the woman said to me, her name was Paula. She owned her own hair place, and she said, you have great hair. I said, well, thank you. I was looking at my watch because there was a party at my fraternity house. And I wanted to go. And she said, have you ever thought about being a hair model? And I just laughed. And she said, would you like to be? I'm like, no. Because the haircut was about halfway through. And then I started thinking about it. People would come in, you'd sit down, they give you a glass of wine while you're waiting to get a haircut. I wasn't a wine guy. But I said, what is that hair model thing? She goes, well, I'll pay you like $100 a month if we do what we want with your hair. And I was thinking like $100 a month. This is like back in the, this is a long time ago. $100 was like a lot of money back then, especially if you're in college, So I said, I do believe I can work with you. So she started cutting my hair, and every month she would do something weird to it. And then it got to the point she was shaving on the side and putting lines in it and started, it got kind of out of hand. There's got to be a story with the coffin. There is, Connor. Thank you, AVAC. I was a good-looking guy when I was younger. Yep, there was a day. It was a long time ago. I bought that. I didn't buy it. I got that coffin as a gift from a friend of mine who he bought it from a funeral home that was going out of business. Can you imagine a funeral home going out of business? When I was a kid, my dad said, be a doctor or a lawyer. Or, people they're always going to be getting divorced. They're always going to be getting sick. And then we threw in the working in a funeral home. People are always going to be dying. But this guy bought it from a shop that was going out of business, and he bought it for the purpose of my back didn't hurt back then, Cindy. I was young then, remember? He bought it for a joke on Halloween, and it was after Halloween was over, it was on his porch, and neighbors were freaking out because the guy had a coffin on his porch. So this guy's name was Jeff. He taught me how to play guitar. He taught me like 3 or 4 chords. And no, David, excuse me. Jeff was his brother. And he said, "You got a truck? If you can take this, you can have it." I said, "Excuse me? You want it?" I said, "Yes, I want it." So I backed my truck up, shoved it in the back of it, strapped it in, and drove home. I got home, and my mom walks out. There's a coffin in the back of the truck. She looks at me. She went, "Wait till your father gets home." That's what she said. I don't know exactly. How does a funeral home go out of business? Healthy town, I guess. I don't know. So, hey, Mr. Cohen, you have a good night. God bless you too. Tell Riley Rose I said hello. She's not watching. If you're watching, hello, Riley. Anyway, my dad came home and goes, "Coffin?" He wasn't as mad as my mom wanted him to be. And my idea was to take it to college. I was going to use it as a dresser. I thought that would be cool, right? And I was moving into my fraternity house that year, which didn't please my mom. So anyway, I got to the fraternity house, and there was no bed in my room. So I said, "I got a great idea." She didn't like it, but we went and bought this blow-up air mattress, like a little for a pool. It was for a plus-size dude, so it was roomy. And hello, Lisa, good to see you. The impetuous of youth, right? It absolutely is. Nice, Tommy, nice. So I slept in it for like 2 years. For the first 6 months, autocorrect sucks. For the first couple of months, I used a McDonald's salt shaker that I might have taken home from McDonald's, and I used it to prop it open. It was a split top, so you could, because I thought if I, was worried about it. So one day I had a couple of drinks, and I said, "You know what? I'm gonna close the top." I figured if I'm running out of air, I'll wake up needing air, and that's not really how it works. But I slept with the top down and slept like a dead man. True story. Then, so I slept in it every night for a couple of years. The first year it was on the floor, but took up a lot of space in my room. So the second year I was in that room, I suspended it from the ceiling with chains. It was super comfortable. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I had a buddy I had a really good friend of mine who owned a Cadillac hearse. And we used to have fun with that. We'd throw it in the back of the hearse and drive around. Look, sick sense of humor. I look back on it now, I'm like, oh man, I can't believe I did that. Rubble. Of course, I remember the Hamburglar. But that was me when I was young. They're still talking about me. I promise you. It was a nocturnal RS. I can't believe you asked that. Did I ever bring a girl into it? Matthew, I do have issues. Indeed, I do. Here's the thing. I was telling a friend of mine today, 20 years ago, you'd have hated me. I had a lot more issues back then than I do now. But I've gotten rid of most of my issues. It became a chariot once, too. We had Greek games. All right? We had Greek games. And where all the fraternities and sororities, we do the keg toss and all these things. We had a chariot race. And everybody on the university, all the like Phi and Fiji and all the different fraternities they had these really elaborate things they built, and we were just playing pool and drinking most of the time, so we didn't build one. So at the last minute, one of the guys had a boat trailer. So he said, "I got an idea. Let's put your coffin on the boat trailer." So we put the coffin on the boat trailer, and I sat in it. I had a tuxedo on, and I had white powder to look the part. We put a keg between my legs, and that was our chariot. True story. You know what, Jason? You're not the first person who said that. You could have made a drag strap like the Grandpa Munster. What a great show that was. Again, shows my years. Look at that. I've seen Tommy when he gets upset. Hit that like button. It bothers those who are unkind. Tommy's doing the theme for that, Monsters. But yeah, those were my college days. I was not the refined gentleman that I am today. Hey, Vac, I love the story, John. I can listen to you all night. No joke at all. All night. No, you know what? That's kind of you. Well, you know what? Here's the deal. I wrote a book. But here's the problem. The ending has changed. All right. Here, this is the new ending. So, in fact, there's a few people in the chat right now who've read that book. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite it and change the ending, and we'll release it because I think. But it's not a fun book. Not at all. The ending's pretty cool, but the first it's long too. It's like 600 pages or so. But the ending is great. The beginning is not so good. See, Brock's read it. But here's the thing. Brock's like a bro of mine, so he's going to say, "Oh, it's a great book." He loves me. He's a good guy. So, but I do need to change it because the ending is very, very different. You can't wait to read it. Here's the thing. So sauce, please. So sauce, please. I already ate the sauce, Dizzy. It's not my fault you were late. See, that's how we work here. You can give it to me. I can give it to you right back. This is a lovely sauce. If you tuned in late, you got to try this. It's Elcharo Salsa Jalapeno by Alyal. It's lovely. It's mostly, it's a little bit of vinegar, although it's the main ingredient. You really got to look for it to smell it. Smell that. It's mostly jalapeno and onion. It's fantastic. See, here's the deal. You don't want to read the book. It's grizzly. It's a great read. Hard to put down. It's really good, and I wouldn't blow smoke. Yeah, you would. You would. All right, guys, listen. Do anybody have any more questions or comments you want me to shout out? I appreciate all you guys being here. Matthew Tennant, thanks for being here, dude. I appreciate that. I want the ending to reveal I was the narrator, like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. You know what I'm doing? I'm going to do like an editor's cut version, audiobook in my voice. I won't be reading it though, because I couldn't. But we're going to have AI. There's an AI version of my voice that David Foy from Blazing Foods created, and you can't tell that that's AI. And so at some point we'll be doing an audio version of that. No one is a refined gentleman. We are just men. We make mistakes. We learn. We are men. Boy, I'll tell you what. That's where I learn in my mistakes. I don't learn when I'm not making mistakes. You know, it's true. Whether it's guitar, whether it's speaking Spanish, true story. I learn when I make mistakes. And I spent the first half of my life, more than that. My goodness, I didn't want to talk about it. Most of my life, I've just made one mistake after the other. And the worst part is I made the same mistake over and over again. I heard once that man is the only animal that will stumble over the same stone twice. I stumbled over it for decades. Decades. But the light came on. Bless you. The light came on. And I'm sorry it took a while, but I've figured it out. I'm trying, Matthew. I wouldn't say I'm a good man, but here's the deal. I'm making an effort, and that's the truth. But thank you for saying that. Disclosure, Aaron Giorno. Hey, Johnny, my kid is back. Oh, no way. You got custody of your kid. You're kidding me. How exciting is that? You made my night, dude. Borella, if you're not making mistakes, you're not trying. Here's the deal. The only mistakes are the mistakes we make that we don't learn from. If you make a mistake and you learn from it, it's called failing forward. I failed backwards for decades. For real. Horrible. But I've learned. But the big difference, I'm sober, which is a huge deal. I've been sober from all the bad ones for about 15 years. I think it might even be 16 now. I've been saying 15 years for a while. I think it's probably closer to 16. Alcohol for a long time. But, oh, wait a minute. What are you saying about jail? You said something horrible. You got to clarify what you're saying there, Aaron. You got me thrown off here. Did I mistake something? I think I did. But,
Tough gig, this YouTube thing.
It is. It's a tough gig, this YouTube thing. Putting my eyes on God was the big deal. True story. But here's the deal, you guys. Stay, keep watching. The stuff that's going on at the recovery center is like probably the most important thing I've ever done. If you the first 2 times I went, I took a bunch of pictures. But this past Thursday, we didn't take a whole lot of pictures. I made a lot of videos. We talked about Mac. If you know the story of Mac, he's a dude. The first time we met him, it was 4 days. Oh, your kid is in custody. Oh, that sucks, man. I'm sorry. That's a bummer. Well, I know how to pray now. Well, I tell you, if you guys see ones in the chat, if you're really new to this channel, ones means I'm praying for you or thinking of you. It's a virtual hug. It's saying I recognize you. I see you. I'm sorry. Aaron, I'm so sorry, bro. I think we all misunderstood it, but I think I led the charge for misunderstanding that. I'm so sorry, dude. But you know what? Have faith, man. You got to. What else have we got, right? Reach out to me. You got my email, dude. If you want to talk about it, let me know. But what's going on in the recovery center is really spectacular. The first day we met this guy, Mac, he was 4 days sober. If you ever, I hope nobody here has kicked dope, but if you have, 4 days is a rough day. The second time we saw him, he was 11 days clean. And he was smiling. And I have videos of that day, and you won't believe it. He's smiling. He doesn't look like a dude who's 11 days sober. And he was. We saw him yesterday, and he was 18 days sober. And he looked more than sober. He looked so good. It's just a spectacular thing. So if you want to see what's going on at the recovery center, you got to check out the shorts. And I'm telling you, I must have had, I bet I made 15 of them. You know what, Aaron? I'm sorry. I'm just wrapping this thing up. This is an amazing sauce. It's jalapeno and onion. It's got a little bit of garlic in there. Excuse me, a little bit of vinegar. Vinegar is the main ingredient, but you really don't pick up the vinegar unless you look for it. It looks like a very creamy sauce. It's not quite as creamy. There's great little chunks and bits of onion, which is the texture. It comes from the onion, but it's wonderful. Give it a shot if you can. I got it at Supermax. Supermaxi, it's the name of the store. But Kristen put up their Instagram link. Hey, back, Johnny, I drive a bus for a living. I'm going to tell everybody about you. I know people are going to love you. You tell the truth. That's important. I tell the truth now. When I was a junkie, and I'm not calling it, some people are offended by that, calling me that. I lied to everybody all the time. You know, and here's the thing. When you're in an active addiction, that's what you do because you have 2 different lives, right? And you can't let them do this. Because if people are here that don't know you're doing something, find out about what's going on over here, there's a problem. So you live 2 different lives. And I was like a phenomenal liar. It's very, very sad. But I don't lie now. I don't do it now. So that's a good thing. Super Maxi. Oh, yeah. You love the 3-part. It's an amazing store, dude. Amazing. Stuff is so cheap. This was like, I think $1.78. I have the receipt over there. I'll check it out. I know it's under $3. It was either $2.40 or 50 cents or $1.70 something. Here is their Instagram. Please check it out. I'm going to wrap it up now. Unless anybody has anything else they want to add or any questions. No joke, Aaron. It's rough when that's happening. So I know I put my mom and dad through hell, right? So I know that that's not easy. So you're in my prayers. And if you want to talk, dude, reach out to me. Liar, liar, pants on fire. B lady, good for you. You know what's really great about not lying? You don't need to remember anything. You know what I mean? You don't need to remember anything. Life's a lot easier. Lisa, look at who you are now. It's a lot easier to shave in the morning. Let me tell you something. When I was writing that book, through a good chunk of it, I shaved in the bathroom, obviously, but I kept the light off because it was hard to look at myself. Matthew, good night, bro. You have a good night, and we'll talk soon, man. There is my email if you want to reach out. Okay, that's where you can get me. I respond to all the emails, but the ones that say sobriety and the subject matter it's a triage. Those get, I respond to those much faster than the other ones, but I will get back to you, I promise. I think that'll about do it. It's that time, folks. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. My dad used to say that all the time. True story. All right, you guys, be good. Have a good night. Thank you all so much for hanging out and talking to me. You're kind. Huh? I thought he was talking to me. Have a good night. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Alyal. It's a wonderful sauce. If you can get it, get it. Oh, one more thing before I stop. This is super important. We're getting buried by the algorithm. YouTube hates me. They hate a positive message. They hate anything spiritual. And I don't hide my faith, and they don't like it. So please do me a favor. Share this. Share this video. Tell people about this channel. Tell people about Tommy's. Tommy's going live after me. Please do that, because I'm telling you, if we rely, you can help me out. I was about to do that. If we rely just on the algorithm, nobody's seeing this. Now, the last thing is this, everybody, is a cat in a basket. That is my Katy Perry. You guys are all wonderful. Love you. If you need me, you know where to find me. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat, South America. Thank you for being here. Share this, please.
That was a cat in the back.